Hi Pisces, and happy full moon. I'm Susan, I'm your intuitive, and I will be doing your astrology and tarot for the month of April right now. So let's get right into it. I was listening to a lot of music and singing right before this. So Venus does rule the throat, and here we have the Libra card that has come out. Venus is going direct in your sign today, and I realized I didn't do the Pisces reading. So this is your Venus direct love and money reading. We are starting with love with everyone. So this is your love section. You, for the past 6 weeks, have possibly been trying to find balance in your life, especially in the ways of Venus qualities. Love, money, what you value has been on your brain, and how that shows, especially if you're a Pisces rising, how that appears in your life. And okay, so the world and justice. This is, if not the most rebalancing card. So if you feel a huge shift from 6 weeks ago till now to the 30th, you are gaining a deep, clear understanding of what's ending in your relationships, what's ending in the ways in which you value, and what's ending in your standard for beauty, while also the new beginning of all of those as well. So a new beginning in your relationship, in your standards for beauty, just for your life, especially for your love life, because this is your love section if I haven't said it already. Love is coming first. And the ways in which you value and give value while also adding value. This is where vulnerability in your conversations with your relationships right now is really important, whether you're single or not, right? Whether you're dating or with someone, you may need to be very clear in your words, in your renegotiations, right? We'll talk more about that too in the money section, but love is business to an extent, right? There is renegotiation. It is a balancing of energy. And if you're in a way of wanting to make each other's lives easier and you're in a relationship, or that's how you want to be in a relationship, it's important to see how you can make your own life easier at this time. And that may be to take a look at and reflect as Venus goes direct today, because this is what your reading is called, as Venus is Venus direct in your sign, especially your first house, and how you're going to begin to see the more that you reflect the, not only like the validation and the compliments, but how others approach you in terms of value, how your partner values you, how your relationships value, because the more that you acknowledge it within yourself, the more that other people just start to flood in with that as well. And that is the mirror of Libra, and that's what Libra does. So on this day of the full moon that I'm doing your reading, while Venus is going to go direct, I even said this, who else? It's Sagittarius, your world is shifting. Your world is recalibrating, your world is balancing. So if you find that you feel a little shaky or hesitant to the forward momentum, right, to the karmic cycle. So you also might have found that in your love relationships or in your relationships that you're finding an ending of the cycle that you've been going through for the past 2 years. For some of you, it could be longer than that too, depending on your Libra placements, for sure. But it also could have to do with ancestry and how these patterns, the world card, like full circle patterns, what are you getting justice in? For those of you who are in something, especially legally, it's going to start to balance out at this time. And you need to be very clear. This is a lot of major arcanas. So there's a lot of road signs in the dark, which means that as you rebalance, you'll be asking for guidance, and the best guidance is the guidance that you receive from this angel, from your higher power. Under this Venusian full moon, you may even receive some. And we have 2 swords. Very clear boundaries from spirit to physically, which means emotionally and mentally. This is very much mentally for a lot of you. Whatever's been on your mind, it's time to allow the vulnerability to come up and out and talk to your people that you're in relationship with. Allow them to help you. But also state very clearly what you realize and discover that you need in relationship. What you have to be very clear about moving forward, because as a Pisces, or even if you're Venus in Pisces, Moon in Pisces, Rising in Pisces, boundaries need to be clear for you. Why? We talk about this a lot. Well, water signs just need, so do air signs, by the way. But water signs need that. You need that for your own sense of self right now. Especially when Venus moves into Aries, it'll be extremely clear. And whatever you're ending here in this Venusian way of your life, you know, for some of you, it's about, those boundaries are important because it'll show you where you've been giving too much energy away and where you need to receive. Again, this recalibration is starting to happen. And for those of you, because Libra is coming out and because we have Judgment out, a part of me feels like if this has taken a toll, if any relationship has taken a toll on your health and on your mental health, or again, weighing too heavily on your mind and it's affected you in some kind of way, it's really important that you address it. If not, it will be addressing you. Okay? And if there's a Libra in your life at this time, then whatever's needing to be exchanged, whatever's being said or heard, it could be from me. I am a Libra. For some of you, I am the person relaying the message to you. Whatever you know has been on your mind and you know you've needed to either say or take action about, now is the time to do it. A lot is going, Pisces risings, a lot is going to be around your second house. That's your skills, that's your talents, that's your self-worth. We've been in your first house of identity. And now it's coming into your house of self-worth. So this isn't the time to really fuck around with where you're giving out all of this loving energy and not to yourself. And if you found a way to bring it back to yourself, and this is this new beginning that you're starting, then if you're unsure or if you're not clear deep down subconsciously, then you will be tested. People will come along, whether it's your partner or if you're single and you're dating, they might ask too much of you, right? Or they can sense, and it's a subconscious thing where you're playing out old cycles. Maybe being clear about it and speaking up isn't giving someone the opportunity to hurt you, but showing you that you know, that you're aware that you can't hurt me here, right? And if you have to be that way with someone, then I would even question that relationship in itself, for those of you out there. So lots of, and anything also, this is the love section, so, and these are major arcana, so I just want to be very clear with all the messages. For some of you, you're getting a very clear sign that whatever relationship you're in, it either needs to end or it really needs to start new. And you need to find common ground somehow, because you're just not having it anymore. And if you're single, I would say even if you're partnered too for this one, you're getting a very clear look in the mirror of where vulnerability has harmed you and helped you. Because for some of you, it's about how you haven't been open, which is weird, right? But it's where you haven't been open in the ways in which are important for connection. That's Venus, that's also Libra. The connections. So even if you've been dating someone or you're with someone and you've been feeling like this pattern's repeating, calling it out, being clear, bringing that person in on it. Right? If they love you, it'll work out. If not, this is the energy to talk about it. All right, Pisces. I'm curious to get into that even more. And if you've been in a legal situation that's been going on for quite some time, then you're going to hear what you need to hear, and it looks like it's in your favor, okay? Now let's do money. Mercury, more major arcanas. You are just in a time. We know that, though. We knew that. Wow, okay. So we have the Magician, we have Pluto, Death. We have 2 Pluto cards coming out, but it's also a Scorpio card, and Pisces, the Moon card. So under this full moon, you may get a lot of downloads, realizations, epiphanies about this rebirth. Again, a rebirth card that you're going through. Things that you've needed to see that are becoming extremely clear for your path ahead. A shadow that has been overpowering you in your life and money somehow. Mercury is still in Pisces. It will be entering Aries soon, but it has gone direct, and it's directing you beyond what you've already been through. So you've possibly have had this reoccurring cycle, and now you're being forced to face what your part is in it, and how you can move forward from here. Where you may have been deceptive or deceived with money. It could be from a Sagittarius or a Scorpio as well, or you may hear it from a Scorpio or hear it at this time while Mercury's in Pisces. It's just like the information you need is being brought to you, but then it's up to you what you choose to do with it. This is a really big look at how when your love finally balances out and you see things for what they are instead of what you want them to be, that's the same thing that happens with money. And it can feel heavy to receive that information, but it's actually really positive for you, because I think at this point you just really want to know what the fuck you need to do in order for shit to move forward for you in this way. And Venus has helped you do a lot of heavy lifting in these areas of your life. And you're receiving the correct information that you need. No matter how heavy it is, you know you can handle it. And you know you're ready for more expansion, because your skills are being revived through this. You may have releases, you may have, of course, emotions about all of this, but everything being in your sign is helping you heal any wounding. You know, Pluto came up a couple times, and it's come up throughout these readings, interestingly enough, but it did just move into Aquarius a few months ago, and it's in your 12th house. So that transformation is going to continue to happen in the hidden realms and other things, but we're going to focus on the hidden realm. And Mercury has been in your sign, having all this information come to you, but like, what do you do with it? Well, the clearer that you are with yourself, the clearer that you become with this information, and what's needed to move forward in this situation, because there's ancestral, regenerative energy, mercurial nervous system energy. This is an overhaul of the nervous system that's been happening, especially if you've operated in a low sense of self-worth. And I mean, for lack of a better word, it's like the dark night of the soul. You're experiencing such a transformation on the mental level. And you're finally ending some things that have brought you, like, because you haven't allowed yourself to face it, or you just couldn't, right? Like, don't blame yourself. Like, we're all in a place where we've seen what's been going on over and over and over again. We're finally at the place where we hopefully, right, have learned to address and heal and move through, or move with the shadow, integrate the shadow. Because I mean, look at this, look at how much risk. Like, the bottom of the deck has been lit. Like, look how much bravery. And that's the thing. You're being so brave now, more than ever. You're operating not from a place of failure if you feel like you failed. And I know that's very specific, or a place of lack. It's rebalancing things. Something goes your way. Something that you needed to go your way, or you've been praying upon, or been being patient about, is finally moving through you. And especially if you've been grieving or constantly going over something in your mind, it's finally giving you space. Venus direct is directing you towards these values that are very important for you, and boundaries that need to be upheld, not because of any other reason but loving yourself first, putting yourself first in a way that's helpful for you, and then will be helpful for everyone else. And that is all of the Aries energy that we're moving into. And it's very lucky for you. This is a time where you can give yourself room and space, and an amazing idea comes through and brings you lots of luck. Something that you can work on for quite some time. This is a time where things start to move forward, but there is work to do. It's not without work. This is hard work. This is hard work. This is moving through the depths of your mind, even at times when you didn't ask for it, but addressing it, you've realized, is what makes you sharper, what makes you funnier, what makes everything more tasteful. That it doesn't have to be, it is a big deal, but it doesn't have to be something that takes you out of your life, but brings you further into your life, right? This escapism of Pisces as well. Where have you been escaping your life instead of adding in the fantasy into your real life? Bringing the romance into your real life instead of just going off in your head about it, or using substance or TV or whatever it is that you do. Now that you embrace it, anytime you do one of those things, there's a different energy. There's a different energy. And the way this integrates into your life now is up to you, of course. But there's a lot of power. There's a lot of power in your words, and you're going to see that. How you've communicated until now and how you communicate moving forward, there's a lot of power. Whether it's what you say to yourself, things that you constantly say out loud to others, and you'll feel it more. Okay? Oh, I forgot to plug this in. All information to work with me one-on-one is below. My schedule link and payment options. The Patreon link for the second part of this very powerful reading is in the first link below. So I will put the direct link for the Pisces extended reading for your Venus direct reading, finally. And yeah, everything is below. Happy Venus direct, Pisces. Finally, some direction. I'll see you next time.